Hello and welcome back. Another large haul of watches arrived on my doorstep. I already started testing these watches and filming the full reviews, which means, of course, it is very important for you to subscribe, so you don't miss them. However, I thought it would be only fair to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, a quick preview of these quite interesting watches. Of course, if you're not prepared to wait for the full reviews and want to explore these timepieces further, I will leave all the necessary links in the description of this video. And for full transparency, most of those links will be affiliate links, which, as you probably already know, without costing you anything extra, do help to support this channel, and your help is greatly appreciated. Okay, let's get on with this haul. So this is a recent model from Zezame, The Eyes of the Dragon. The renders on the product listings look pretty good, however, as you probably know, the renders don't always tell the full story. I must say that as far as the first impressions go, this watch feels very well put together and dial looks really interesting. The dial has a very subtle gold sheen to it, which is not visible on the product pictures, and it looks really good. The lume apparently is decent too, and even the date is lumed, but I will of course test it in my full review video. We have all the premium materials here, full stainless steel construction, sapphire crystal, and this watch is powered by Japanese Epson YN55A movement, which is the movement used and built by Orient. So good repeatable movement. And I also received this additional leather strap, which can be installed literally in seconds thanks to the quick release spring bars on the strap and on the stainless steel bracelet. We also get a very good set of dimensions: 38mm case diameter, 20mm lugs, 46mm lug-to-lug distance. I actually measured it and it is even slightly shorter than that. And the screw-down crown and the screw-on back case ensuring 100 meters of water resistance. This watch is probably best described as GADA, but with a bit of a finesse. One thing to keep in mind though, the price is quite different between the AliExpress and Zezame online store. However, it looks like when you buy this watch from online store, you will get a full set, which includes this good quality leather strap, a leather watch case, and all the necessary tools to size the bracelet. So with this recent release from WM Watches, this emerging brand has come out punching, so to speak, and I'm not talking just about the design, which is quite interesting, but rather about the price. WM Watches might start making some brands like Pagani Design and ADDIESDIVE feeling very uncomfortable with this particular release. So this new model seems to be expanding WM Watches' collection of homages, and for all intents and purposes this is rather a homage than a clamage. That is because while the dial background has a very distinct look of a bark of the white birch tree, something we will of course find on Grand Seiko watches, the rest of this timepiece does not look like anything from Grand Seiko lineup at all. Okay, some of you might have noticed that the case shape and the oyster-style bracelet resemble another iconic watch, but this time from Switzerland, but that is not by any means a bad thing. By the way, despite a very competitive price tag, we still get here a very good set of materials, including full stainless steel construction and sapphire crystal. And WM Watches went with Seiko VH31 Mecha Quartz movement here, which gives us that smooth running second-hand sweep while delivering the benefits of the quartz. We also get a very well managed proportions, including a very slim case of 9.5mm. Okay, 19mm lugs might look like a bit of inconvenience, however, it does go well in line with the 36mm case width. Now this next watch is from Boderry, not exactly a new release, however it is new to the channel, and Boderry only recently added a few interesting colorways to this model. As far as first impressions go, I must say that this timepiece is quite impressive. The first thing that I've noticed when I unpacked this watch is how light it is. This is of course due to its titanium construction, and I must say that Boderry is capitalizing on the experience of constructing watches from titanium. Like for example, the bezel action here is very good, something that is quite often compromised on titanium watches. Also, unlike Seiko 5 GMT bezel that this watch is obviously homages, the bidirectional bezel on this GMT has 24 clicks, and as I just mentioned, the bezel action is very decent, with good resistance and crisp, well-defined clicks. One thing to note here is that the bracelet is made from titanium and stainless steel, quite an interesting combination of materials which resulted in more interesting aesthetics, with high-polished stainless steel beads and matte-polished titanium. And another very noticeable thing about this watch is its price. I think Boderry is one of the very few brands, or micro brands for that matter, that can offer titanium timepieces at such competitive, frankly ridiculously low prices. And here is another new release from WM Watches, and this one also homages a popular GMT watch from Grand Seiko collection. With this GMT, WM Watches did, I would say, a more diligent job of reproducing the complex multifaceted case design that Grand Seiko is so renowned for. Although the bracelet has still somewhat simpler oyster-style look. So yes, all the premium materials here, full stainless steel construction, sapphire crystal covering the dial, and this watch is powered by Seiko NH34 movement. The centerpiece here is of course this dial, and it is done really well. Good attention to detail, well-proportioned set of hands, and a really nice dial background with that subtle sunburst effect. And I must note that the price is also very competitive. Similar homages from other brands are usually priced at around $200 or more, while this GMT is priced at around $145-ish. I will of course do a more thorough testing for a full review, including my usual 15-minute lume test. However, jumping a bit ahead, there are a couple of things that I think you need to be aware of if you are considering this watch. First, despite its well-proportioned dimensions, it features protruding end links, which actually takes the full so-called wingspan of this watch head to about 54.5 mm. This is somewhat compensated by how the end links curve down, however, still something to keep in mind, especially if your wrist is slimmer than, let's say, 6.5 or 6.25 of an inch. And the second thing is the crown. I like the proportion and the placement of the crown at around 4 o'clock, however, it is push-pull, which seems to be a theme on WM watches that I've reviewed recently. Right, and this is a new release from Militado. This one is homaging one of my favorite dress watches, and while you might say that there is already one good homage of this style available, Militado did a few things here that are a little bit different. First, the size. It is not particularly obvious, but this dress watch has 36mm case, which if you have a slimmer wrist or prefer your dress watches to be of a more modest proportions, well, it could make this Militado a more compelling proposition. And another point of difference here is the price. Militado positioned this dress watch just under $100, obviously trying to win over more budget-conscious customers. And while the price tag is quite competitive, there are no obvious compromises when it comes to build quality and materials. We still get full stainless steel construction, sapphire crystal, very well executed dial, and this watch is powered by automatic mechanical movement ST17 from Seagull, which has a very good reputation. And I also should point out this very good looking leather strap on this particular colorway. Right, here you have it. All the links, as I pointed out earlier, will be in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss all those upcoming reviews. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.